What's up, everybody? Tim Tamity here. Welcome to a different type of video than what I would normally do on the channel. Uh, Today, I wanted to make a video on my top 10 favorite games, that I've ever played. Because I was thinking the other day about some of the games that I still play now, but I used to love playing when I was younger. And I was like, you know, I think it'd be a fun idea to make a top 10 list of my favorite video games that I've ever played. Um, Now, before we get into it, just to state that these 10 games are not like the 10 best games ever made, or anything like that. They're just the 10 games that mean the most to me, that I've enjoyed playing the most, and that I'd say I have a personal connection to, as they've influenced me throughout my life. Um, so yeah, I just wanted to clear that up. I'm not claiming that these 10 games are the best ever, but these 10 games are my personal favorite uh, 10 games that I've ever played. Um, yeah, without further ado, let's get into the number 10 spot. Number 10.
He is not staying the night. He's a gone.
I've been in this game for a lot of years, and I got out alive. If you want my advice, give this shit up.
Skeletons in your closet.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Grand Theft Auto 5 is my 10th favorite game that I've ever played. Now, the reason why it's the lowest on this list, even though it's probably one of the best games on the list, is just because I don't have a major personal connection to it like I do to the other games that are on this list. However, I cannot deny that Grand Theft Auto 5 is a stellar game. Ever since I was a kid and Grand Theft Auto 5 came out, I've always wanted it. However, I wasn't able to get it until a few years after it had been out, as my parents wouldn't let me get it until I turned 12. Now, I know 12 is pretty young to be playing a game like this. However, I was, 9 or 10 when the game first came out, and all my friends already had it, so I felt like I was a little bit behind getting it. But man, ever since I first played Grand Theft Auto, I was amazed at just the limitless possibilities of what you could do. I mean, it is truly an amazing open world. Like, there's just almost nothing you can't do in Grand Theft Auto 5. Not to mention, the story is incredible. Like, it's one of the best gaming stories I've ever played. I love Grand Theft Auto 5 to death. The characters are really fleshed out and really amazing. And they're all very unique in their own way, and they all offer unique, different ways to play. For example, like Franklin is really good at driving, Michael's really good at shooting, and Trevor's really good at flying planes. That's like their main thing. But I mean, that that alone is like having three different characters that are all like vastly different and all offer unique possibilities. That alone is amazing. But also having them in a giant open world, Los Santos, which is just filled to the brim of things to do and places to explore. It's just amazing. Not to mention the PC version. The mods in this game are insane. I have like over 400 hours played in this game on Steam. Oh my god. Like, you take a great game like Grand Theft Auto 5 and you add mods to it, it just becomes that much better. That's part of the reason why I have over 400 hours in the game. There are so many amazing mods for this game. The modding community, there's a really strong modding community, and they're amazing. And they've made some amazing mods. I mean, you can be Iron Man in GTA 5. You can be Hulk. All these superhero mods, not to mention all these other mods that improve the game, such as open all interiors, which lets you go into all the interiors that were in the game. It just like the game is already amazing, a stellar game, but these mods just add so much more to it to make it that much of a better game. Um, yeah, it's just Grand Theft Auto 5 is just amazing, and you should all check it out. All right, number 9.
Come on. Oh, yeah. Hey. Mario Kart.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Mario Kart Wii is my 9th favorite game ever. I just love this game to pieces. I've probably played pretty much all the Mario Karts ever, but this has just got to be my favorite. I just have so many good memories of it. It was the first ever Mario Kart game I've ever played, and it's just so good. I remember I would go over to my cousin's house about once a month, and we would just play Mario Kart Wii for hours on end. This game is just amazing. Just I have so many good memories of this game. Me and my friends, my cousins, my family, we would all just, chill and play some Mario Kart. This is just such a fun game. It was the first Mario Kart to have bikes and karts. Well, not karts, but bikes. It had a lot of awesome and a lot of awesome maps, a lot of variety in maps, and oh my God, Rainbow Road was just incredible from this game. This game just brings back so many good memories. I just love Mario Kart Wii. It's probably one of the most fun games I've had as a kid, especially since my family would play it with me, because my family, my parents and stuff, my family, they're not big into gaming, but man, they would always go for some Mario Kart, and that's just why I love Mario Kart. Yeah, I don't really have much other to say about it other than just brings back such good memories, and I love it. So yeah, let's move on to the next game. Number 8.
You're Spider-Man.
Look, next time, leave the fighting to the pros.
Okay, but what if there aren't any around?
Good one.
New York!
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Spider-Man PS4 is my 8th favorite game. This game is amazing. I've always loved Spider-Man ever since I was a kid. Spider-Man and Batman have been my 2 favorite superheroes. And I mean, man, this game is just amazing. It's just incredible. From the characters to the story to the gameplay, it's just a perfect Spider-Man game. It's what all Spider-Man fans wanted. I mean, I literally bought a PlayStation 4 just to play this game. That's how bad I wanted to play it. And man, did I not regret buying that PlayStation 4. Within a week after buying the PS4 and Spider-Man, I had got the Platinum Trophy and 100% completed the game. It's just that good. I mean, the characters are just very comic accurate and very true to themselves. I mean, the gameplay is amazing. From swinging around the city, which is very beautifully designed. From the combat, which is very fine-tuned and makes you feel like you're Spider-Man. Especially all the different web gadgets you can use. It's just incredible. And then the story is really good. The story just has so many awesome characters. It has, the Sinister Six, Mr. Negative, Kingpin, Norman Osborn, Silver Sable. It's really good. Miles Morales is a really cool addition to this game. This game is just perfect. I love it so much. I also really love all the different suits that they have in the game. They have like pretty much all the suits you'd want to wear, maybe besides the black or symbiote suit. Other than that, it has like every single Spider-Man suit you'd want to wear. I mean, the open world is just chock full of things to do. The story is really, really good. It just makes you feel like Spider-Man. I have to say it. I have to pull an IGN and say it makes you feel like Spider-Man because it really does. For everything from the little quips that Spider-Man says to the way he reacts to the environment, like the comments he makes, the way he traverses around the world, the way he fights in combat. It's just so Spider-Man-y. You can tell that Insomniac Games created a true love letter to the Marvel and Spider-Man fans around the world. This game is just amazing. And I just love it to bits. And it's just really good. So yeah, let's get in. Let's go on to the next game. Number 7. So my number 7 pick is Lego Batman 2. Now, we're actually going to be playing Lego Batman 2 on the channel in a little bit. We're working on Lego Batman 1 right now. But, man, Lego Batman 2 was just such a good game. I mean, it was a revolutionary Lego game. It was the first Lego game to have an open world. It was the first Lego game to have fully voiced cutscenes and Lego characters. It was a lot of firsts for Lego games, and it was a big step in the future. It was a big step in the right direction that led Lego games to what they are now. And one of my favorite Lego games ever, Lego Marvel, which is on the list, spoiler alert, wouldn't have been possible without this game. I mean, this game was just great. I mean, as a Batman fan, this game was just amazing. I remember that me and my friends would always get together and play this game, and we'd play through the levels, and then we'd like fool around in the open world, and we'd race each other with like the bikes and the cars, and we'd like fight each other as certain characters, and we'd like explore the world together, and we'd take on bosses that were in the world and try to unlock the characters. It was just such a good time. I probably got many hours out of this game. I mean, the story was really good. It was one of the first Lego games to have an original story, that wasn't based off, movies or TV shows or anything like that. It was an original story, and it was one of the biggest Lego rosters ever of characters at that time, and it brought the Justice League in, and it brought in some of the more villains like Lex Luthor and stuff. But I mean, the Justice League was a really cool addition because you could fly through the skies as Superman or run through the streets as the Flash. The characters were a lot of fun. The vehicles were really cool. The story was really good for a Lego game. The levels were fun, but I think where the game really shined was the open world, as there was tons of puzzles to solve for gold bricks. There was tons of bosses where you had to actually beat up supervillains and then buy them with money once you beat them to unlock them. Just messing around in the open world was a lot of fun, and it was a pretty decent sized Gotham City open world. It was really cool. Yeah, I just love this game a lot. I have so many good memories with it. It was probably one of the first ever Lego games. I think it was the first Lego game that I ever pre-ordered. And maybe the first game I ever pre-ordered. I was just really excited for it, and it did not disappoint. It was a great game. So yeah, let's get on to the next game. Number 6. That's right. Super Smash Bros. Brawl is my 6th favorite game ever, dude. I fucking love this game to pieces, man. It's so good. This game just brings back so many good memories of when I was a kid. Every time I would go to my cousin's house, we'd always play Super Smash Bros. Brawl. We just had hours of fun on this game. I mean, I know a lot of people say that Super Smash Bros. Melee is the best Super Smash Bros. Game, but man, Brawl is really good, and it's my favorite. I mean, it just has a wide cast of Nintendo characters. You know, you got characters from Super Mario, you know, characters from Kid Icarus, you know, you got characters from Metroid, you got characters from Legend of Zelda, you know, you got characters from Kirby, from Pokemon, you know, all these Nintendo things. You just have a wide cast of all these different characters from Nintendo IPs that you can fight them against each other across a wide variety of Nintendo themed maps and locales. I mean, this game is just so fun, dude. I mean, I just have like hours of endless fun just like trying out new characters, like trying to master characters, like learn their moves and get good with them, playing against my friends and my cousins, dude. I mean, this game even had a good story mode, which was actually pretty good. It also had awesome modifiers where you could like up the spawn of like items, or like the smash ball, or you know, make yourself super big, like all these crazy things. I mean, the Smash Balls are awesome because, you know, each character, if they hit the Smash Ball, it'd have a super move, you know, that was like specific to that character. I just love this game. I had hours of fun with it. Brings back such good memories of my childhood when I would play this game with my cousins. I mean, the characters, the maps, the story, the music, it just gets me pumped. It's so good. This game is so much fun. I've enjoyed every second of playing it. It's just one of the best games ever. I just love it to pieces. It's so good. But yeah, let's get on to the other next games. All right. Number 5.
Revenge is like a ghost. It takes over every man it touches. Its thirst cannot be quenched until the last man standing has fallen.
That's right. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is my 5th favorite game of all time. Man, this game, this game is great. I mean, a lot of people consider it to be one of the best Call of Duties, and I agree. I mean, you know, I talked about playing Super Smash Bros. And Mario Kart with my cousins. When we got a little bit older, you know, we migrated to, you know, we still played Smash Bros. And Mario Kart, but we migrated to, you know, other games such as Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. We just played the hell out of this game. I mean, you know, back in the day on this game, offline multiplayer, like split screen, had the same progression as online. So we would all make an account, and then we would play, you know, usually I'd sleep over at their house for a day or two. So we would play for like a few days on that account, leveling up, like getting guns, creating classes. I mean, it was just so fun, dude. I mean, we just spent hours just playing each other, you know, free for all, team deathmatch, just playing against each other, you know, in Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. And I mean, this game had a great campaign, but I mean, it's multiplayer. It was amazing. It had great maps such as Terminal, which is my favorite map in any Call of Duty. I fucking love Terminal. It's so awesome. It had great guns. It had a really nice class building system. It had really nice progression where it felt like you got something after every level. You know, something good, I mean. And I mean, it was just really satisfying to keep playing and leveling up and getting new stuff and just playing on all the like maps. And oh my god, I just had so much fun playing this game with my cousins. It was just you know, it was amazing. I mean, I never really played it with my friends, but I mean, this game I played with my cousins. And I mean, every time I went over, you know, we'd always play this game, and it was just so fun. I just love this game. Yeah, so that's Modern Warfare 2. Let's get on to the next game. Number 4.
past, your future.
That's right. Halo 3 is my fourth favorite game ever, dude. Man, I just fucking love this game, dude. It's so damn good. I mean, I know I said that I played Modern Warfare 2 with my cousins, but bitch, no, we played fucking Halo 3 all the damn time. I mean, yeah, we played Modern Warfare 2, but man, we played we played Halo 3 so much, dude. I mean, damn, this game is good. From the campaign, dude, to the music, to the gunplay, to the environments, to the vehicles, to everything. The weapons, oh my god, dude, the weapons in this game are sick. This game is just so good. It's just so good, dude. Oh my god, that music, though. Fuck, that music is good. But I mean, this game is just amazing, dude. I mean, my cousins and I and my friends, whoever I was with, bro, you know, we'd be playing Slayer, bro. We would just play Slayer all damn day, just tooling around with like all the cool weapons like the rocket launcher, the Spartan laser, the battle rifle, just killing each other, energy swords, using vehicles like the Ghost, the Wraith, the Banshees, the Warthogs, the Hornets. Oh my god, dude. Or the Hornets were in this game. That's Halo 3, or Halo Reach. But oh my god, this game is fucking awesome, dude. I just love Halo. I mean, when me and my cousins weren't playing Mario Kart, Smash Bros, or Modern Warfare 2, we were playing Halo 3. I mean, Halo 3 is just an amazing game. It's truly incredible. And if you've never played it, I pity you because it's just one of the best games ever. I fucking love Halo 3. It's so damn good. And yeah, that's Halo 3. So let's get on to the next games. All right. Number 3.
From the best-selling Star Wars game series in history comes the next chapter in the saga. And the battle for bricks just got bigger. Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars.
All right. My third favorite game ever is Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars. Now, I know a lot of people like Lego Star Wars, The Complete Saga. I like that game, okay, but to me, I always like Lego Star Wars 3, The Clone Wars better. I mean, I was a fan of the Clone Wars show, but man, this game was just really good. I mean, it expanded upon all the aspects of the Complete Saga. It had better combat, better levels, better lightsaber play, more characters, a cooler hub world in my opinion. But man, I mean, although this isn't my favorite Lego game, this is definitely my most played Lego game. I just have so many fond memories of this game, playing it with my friends, oh my god, it's just so good. I mean, the levels are really good, they're based off episodes of the Clone Wars show. The characters are really cool. I really like the levels where it's like this giant battle arena where you have to like set up like these battle stations, and it's like a giant, it's almost like a RTS, like a real-time strategy game type, those type of levels. Those are really cool only in that game. There's a wide cast of characters. The levels are awesome. It's just, I have so many fond memories of just messing around with my friends, fighting each other, battling each other with lightsabers and different characters. It's a really solid Lego game, and it was one of the first Lego games I ever got, and I really love it. It's just great. I have so many fond memories of this game. It's my second favorite Lego game ever. It's just really good. But let's move on to the next game. Number 2. All right, so my number 2 spot, it's a bit of a cop out. I'm gonna be honest because you're seeing gameplay of Arkham Asylum right now, but it's a bit of a cop out because my number 2 spot is all of the Batman Arkham games. So Asylum, City, Origins, and Night. So yeah, I mean it's a bit of a cop out, but I really couldn't just pick one Arkham game to put on the list, and I didn't want to put all 4 in separate spots. These games just all mean so much to me in different ways. Each of these games have just been amazing. I've loved every moment of them, and they all have impacted my life in different ways. And I'm just a big fan of them. So I'm gonna start with Arkham Asylum. So I mean, Arkham Asylum was the first game I ever played on Xbox, and this was huge for me because I was going from having a Wii and a DS. So Xbox 360 had the best graphics I've ever seen in my entire life, because I was going from a Wii to an Xbox 360, and this is the first game I ever played on Xbox 360. So the second I played, I was amazed at how good it looked and how it sounded and how it played, and I was like, oh my god, this game is amazing. And I mean, I played this game to death, dude. I mean, I remember I played through the story, and then it was so good that I played through the story again a second time. And then I played the combat challenge maps because I could just not get enough of this game. I mean, the environment of this game is amazing. They nailed Arkham Asylum to a T. It's very creepy, and it's like a deranged, like creepy, like insane asylum. Like the environment is perfect. The characters are really good and they're comic accurate. Plus the wide cast of villains. Also helped. You got Killer Croc, Joker, Harley Quinn, Scarecrow, Poison Ivy. Victor Zsasz. Bane. All these characters. Clayface was showed up. I mean, he was hinted at. Same with Mr. Freeze. And I mean, the wide cast of characters, I mean, like villains, I guess, really, really made this game, I don't know, just it was really awesome to see that all these villains in this game. And I mean, the combat was amazing. It was revolutionary. The free flow combat was revolutionary at the time. It's just amazing. The free flow combat, it's really good. And I mean, but I mean, I just loved this game and played it to death. The story was really good. The voice acting was good. The environments, the characters, it was just all good. But then, when I realized there was a sequel to this game, dude, I shit myself because I had played this game to death. And then when I realized there was a sequel, I was like, oh my god, I gotta get it. So when I found out about Arkham City and it was a sequel to Asylum, because mind you, I didn't pick up Asylum until, I don't know, like 4 years after it came out. But for some reason, I didn't know about Arkham City. But when I found out about Arkham City, I got it immediately. And oh my god, is Arkham City a great game. I mean, Arkham City just improved on everything that Asylum did well. I mean, it had more gadgets. It improved on the free flow combat, with like different enemy types, more like a variety of enemy types, like special like combat takedowns, like more of those, it had like a bigger open world, had like an open world, a bigger environment instead of an island, Arkham Island. It's a whole it's a whole city, Arkham City. The story was better. They had so many awesome new characters like Mr. Freeze, Clayface, Hugo Strange, Ra's al Ghul, Talia al Ghul. I mean, Deadshot. There's more. Hush. They had so many awesome characters, and they just improved on every single aspect. And my God, was Arkham City good, dude? I mean, the story is just amazing. I mean, it's just such a good game. And I mean, I think Arkham City means a lot to me because I got it and I guess Asylum, this goes for Asylum as well. and Origins. So basically, those three games. I mean, I all got them within the same year. When I was in fifth grade, uh, I was bullied, and it was just a miserable year, and it was probably my worst school year ever, I guess, just because I felt like I had no friends, because all my friends turned on me. But I mean, so gaming was a real escape for me. Escape from the world, and these games were that escape. To put me in the shoes of Batman, my favorite superhero. It was just it was just an awesome feeling, and I mean, I love these games to death. I mean, I played them so many times. I mean, Arkham Asylum and City and all the other Arkham games. I've probably played these games like 5 times each per game or more. Like over the years. Like I just always go back to them because they're just so good, and they just have awesome characters, awesome stories, awesome environments. Awesome gameplay. But yeah, I guess moving on to Arkham Origins. Same thing. How I was bullied. This game, uh, was a real escape for me, but it also helped me find a friend, which was really helpful because since I was being bullied, I felt like I had no friends. But Arkham Origins actually helped me find a friend because I just got an Origins after I'd found out that was a thing after really liking Asylum and City, and I really liked Origins. It's probably one of my favorites. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I would say it's hard for me to rank the Arkham games, but Origins is one of the better ones in my opinion. But after I got in Origins and liked it, I started talking. I heard this other kid talking about it, and I went up to him and I was saying like, "Yo, I just got Origins," and we started talking about Arkham Origins together. And I mean, I gained a friend because we had Batman in common, but we really both liked Arkham Origins, and he had just gotten it too. So like we go home after school and play, and then next day at school we'd be talking to each other about like, oh, like what'd you do in Origins like last night, like did he get to this part, or like, and like we talk about like what we played and stuff, and and then if someone was like ahead, like we'd share like tips on how to beat a boss or something like that, like we pretty much just like, Origins was like our thing that made us friends, and I really do like Arkham Origins. I mean, the open world is it's not the best, but the story, I really like the story of Arkham Origins, and I really like the characters, especially the villains. I liked how there's 8 villains after your head, like assassins, and there's so many good boss fights in Origins. I just really like Origins. I I also think Roger Craig Smith did a great job voice acting as Batman in that game. Um, he's no Kevin Conroy, but I mean he's really good. Same with Troy Baker as Joker. He's no Mark Hamill, but I mean, he did a good job as Joker. And I mean, I just like how this game focuses on the relationship between Batman and Joker as well. Um, and it's just a really good game. And I also love how it's the only Arkham game where you can actually go to the Batcave. I really like that because you can explore the Batcave, and you can change your suit in the Batcave, and it had some cool alternate suits. But I really did like the Batcave feature of that game, and I do like the story. Yeah. So yeah, moving on to Arkham Knight. Um, well, Arkham Knight. I mean, Arkham Knight was probably one of the first big games that I ever wanted and that I ever pre-ordered. I mean, Arkham Knight. I can't remember a game that I was as hyped as for besides Arkham Knight. Like, I think Arkham Knight is probably my most hyped game that I've ever played. I mean, you know, it actually, and what was cool about it is it came out like a week after my birthday. So I got money for my birthday, and the second I got money for my birthday, I went to GameStop and pre-ordered the game because I was just that hyped. I mean, because like I said, I really loved Origins, Asylum, and City, and I was just, really hyped that there was a new Arkham game coming out, and I could actually play it when it first came out because all these other games I played like a year or so after they came out, a year or so for Origins, but for City and Asylum more, but but this was like my chance to like get the new Batman game when it first came out and experience it at like when everyone else did. And man, did this game not disappoint. I mean, I got it over the summer since it came out in June, a week after my birthday, which was in June. And I mean, man, this game, I just played this game to death over the summer. And I got the season pass, so like what was really cool is every month, for the whole rest of the year, new DLC would come out every month. So, after I'd beaten the story, and done most of the side missions, by the time I did that, new DLC came out. And then, just when I would like get bored with the new DLC, more DLC would come out. And, it just made the game fresh and exciting every month. And, I played it like, I don't know, like a lot for the rest of the year because of all the new DLC. And I mean, a lot of people criticize Arkham Knight for the choices that they made with the Arkham Knight about how he's like Jason Todd and stuff, and how they wanted him to be an original character, and they criticize how much the Batmobile is used. And while I do, think that the Batmobile was overused, I really like the addition of the Batmobile. I really like the puzzles with it. The races, not so much, but the combat, yeah, it's not the best. It was overdone, but it's not. I think it's pretty good. But I mean, man, the actual Predator gameplay, like the stealth and the combat gameplay, is just amazing. Like they improved so much upon Arkham City with this game. The combat is amazing. And the same with the stealth. It's really is one of the most perfect Batman games. And I really liked that the Arkham Knight was Jason Todd because the Arkham games have always mainly been about the relationship between Batman and the Joker. And the Arkham Knight is literally the product of the Batman and the Joker because Batman trained Jason Todd as Robin, and then Joker tortured him and killed him, and then he was resurrected by Ra's al Ghul and became, in the comics, and became Red Hood. But in this game, I'm not, he either never, I think the Joker never killed him in this game, and he became the Arkham Knight, but still, he is literally the product of Batman and Joker, which the Arkham games have literally been about the relationship between Batman and Joker, and Arkham Knight is the product of those two characters. And I really think a lot of people don't see that or get that, and I think that's important. But I mean, man, Arkham Knight is a good game. I really love the story. I love the open world of Gotham City. Finally, we got to go to Gotham. I love the Batmobile. Driving around, I mean, not so much the combat, but I love driving the Batmobile. It's an amazing game, and I just love it so much. And it was probably the biggest game, the one that I was most excited for, because I can't even think of another game that I was as excited for as Arkham Knight, because there were other games that I was really excited for, but most of them, didn't live up to my hype. But Arkham Knight lived up to every piece of my hype, and it didn't for a lot of people, but for me, it really did. And I love it. Yeah, I've probably gone off enough about the Arkham games. So yeah, let's go on to the number one pick. Number one.
There comes a time when the amazing, the mighty, and the uncanny must come together as one.
We're gonna need a bigger team.
Well, I mean, number one is, also a cop out. Just like number two, I have a lot of cop outs on this list. But, you know, um, number one is Lego Marvel Superheroes 1 and 2. Now, these games literally changed my lives. I love these games to death, and they both mean a lot to me in different ways. They really do. So I'll start off with number one. So, you know, or Lego Marvel 1, I mean. So Lego Batman 2, which was on the list at number 7. You know how it was an open world game in DC, I mean in Gotham with DC characters, the Justice League. Ever since I was playing Lego Batman 2, I always wanted an open world Lego game just like that, but with Marvel. And I was like, damn, if they had an open world game like this with Marvel, I would buy it instantly. And me and my friends would always get together, and when we play Lego Batman 2, we'd always like hypothesize or like, I don't know, like pretend or whatever, like that, like there was gonna be a Lego Marvel open world game with Marvel characters, and we'd always say like what we wanted out of the game and what characters we wanted, and like about what we would want to do, and and how cool it would be. And I mean, then about a year later, Lego Marvel got announced, Lego Marvel Superheroes. However, when it was announced, my heart broke because this was the first Lego game ever that wasn't going to be available on the Wii. And at that time, I only had a Wii. This game was going to be on Wii U and Xbox and everything, and I didn't have that. I only had a Wii and a DS. And my heart broke because ever since Lego Batman 2, I wondered and wanted a Lego Marvel, game, And when finally one was announced, I couldn't actually get it, and that just broke my heart. But, when I realized it was on PC, my dad had a laptop, and I was like, oh my God, I could get it on his laptop. So, I begged and begged for it, but, I couldn't get it. I was kind of a beggar, but I mean, because my dad didn't want that on his laptop. But, I think eventually, he gave in because on Christmas morning, I woke up and I found a Steam code or a code to, I forget what the fuck it was. It was like a code to redeem the game on Steam or something like that. Yeah, that's what it was. So I got that in my stocking, and I was fucking ecstatic. I literally went right downstairs, booted up my dad's laptop, downloaded Steam, made a Steam account, entered the code, and started downloading Lego Marvel. However, we had fucking jack shit for internet at that time. So it took, I shit you not, it took a full week to download. I actually shit you not, a full fucking week to download. And mind you, it was like 7 gigabytes. We had horrible internet at the time. But, it was a long fucking painful week waiting for that game to be done. But oh my God, when it was done, it was so worth it. Because I remember that I literally played the hell out of that game. I mean, I'd be on my dad's computer all day playing Lego Marvel, and when he had to use his computer, he had to like drag me off, because Lego Marvel was that good. I mean, it has an original story, which is very, very good. It sees, it's got X-Men, Fantastic Four, the Avengers, teaming up against, Doctor Doom, Loki, Magneto, all the major villains who are trying to take over the world. And then it sees you fighting Galactus, too, at the end. But, yeah, I mean, you guys know. I've played it on the channel. But it's such a good game. The open world is amazing. It's Manhattan during the daytime, which I really like. It's, it's better than night, which is in Lego Batman 2. It's got over 100 characters, and it's got every single major Marvel character you can think of. Like, it doesn't have obscure ones like Lego Marvel 2, but I mean, any goddamn, Marvel character you can think of that's a main Marvel character is in this game. and they're all really fun. The open world is amazing. There's so many side quests, puzzles and challenges to solve. It's just truly an amazing game. And I mean, I got this in the Christmas of 5th grade. Now, I didn't get the Xbox and Batman Arkham games, which I just talked about. I got those in 5th grade, but I didn't get those until the spring. So, this game, I had it in the winter. So, I was still being bullied at the time, and this was my escape before the Arkham games later that spring when I got an Xbox. This was my escape because I just spent countless hours just, playing the missions, exploring the open world, doing quests, unlocking characters, just like dicking around in the open world. Like, oh my God, this game was amazing. And I mean, and then, but since it was on my computer, my dad had a generic laptop. It didn't run very well. But when I got an Xbox, though, I got Lego Marvel again on my Xbox. And I mean, man, dude, it was fun to have again. And then I could play with my friends, too. So I had my friends over, and we'd always play Lego Marvel. And I remember that summer that I had Lego Marvel on my Xbox. My cousins who, I talked about playing Super Smash Bros., Mario Kart, Halo 3, Modern Warfare 2 on this list earlier that I played with them. They came over to my house for a week, and I just gotten Lego Marvel the day before they came. So we played through the entire story of Lego Marvel that entire week, and then after we beat the story, we just went through the open world, unlocking characters, and man, that was one of the funnest times of my entire life. I mean, I love my cousins. They're awesome, and gaming with them has just been so fun, and that was one of the funnest times when they were over at my house for a week, and we just gamed and played Lego Marvel like nonstop. Oh my God, that was really fun. I mean, and this game really helped me get through being bullied in 5th grade as well. I just really like this game. It's amazing. Okay. Yeah. Well, moving on to Lego Marvel 2. I mean, Lego Marvel 2 is very important. For me for a different reason. But I mean, Lego Marvel 2 came out in November of 2017. And if you guys didn't know, fall of 2017, I went to boarding school. Now, I went to boarding school. It was about, like a 12-hour drive away from my house. So, my parents drove me like 12 hours away from my house to boarding school and dropped me off. They didn't force me to go to boarding school. I wanted to go. But soon after I got to boarding school, I had realized, it wasn't what I thought. And, the main reason why I went is because my cousins, one of my cousins went to boarding school there, but it's also a day school. You can board there, or you can go there as a day student, like most kids go to school. And one of my older cousin, who I gamed with, he went to boarding school for a year and really liked it. So his whole family moved out there, and his younger brother, my other cousin, who I also really like, started going there as a day student. But my older cousin stayed in the dorm, even though his house was nearby where his parents and brother lived, because he liked the dorm that much. And since I loved my cousins, and I had missed them since they moved away, I had missed them. I thought, hey, if they really, I have a lot in common with my cousins, and if they really like boarding school, then I'm probably going to like it too. So I went, but I really did not like it at all. And, I was bullied there, and I felt like I had no friends at all. Because, I had acquaintances and that people were friendly to me and I hung out with sometimes. But, there was not really a single person there besides my cousins who had a common interest in the same things I did. And, one of my cousins in the dorm, since he's a few, years older than me, I didn't really see him much in the dorm. And I didn't see him but I didn't see him at all in school. And my other cousin, who was in the same grade as me, I saw him at school, but I never saw him outside of school at the dorm. In the mornings, at the nights, on the weekends. I mean, sometimes I would go over to his house with his parents and hang out, and those were good times when I got to do that. But I mean, I just didn't like boarding school at all. I mean, it was just awful. But the one thing that really was awesome for me is when I was really excited for Lego Marvel 2 when it got announced that summer. And I mean, November was one of the hardest months for me in boarding school, just because a lot of incidents happened. And but since Lego Marvel 2 came out in November, I remember I would just, on my free time, I just binge watch people playing Lego Marvel 2, because since I loved Lego Marvel 1, obviously, which I explained, I was super fucking pumped for Lego Marvel 2. And I mean, I just binge watch, on my free time, just people playing it, and I realized, damn, this is a good game. And when I came home for the first time in 5 months, at being, since I was at boarding school, I came home for Christmas break. And I mean, on Christmas, both these Lego Marvel games, I got them both on Christmas. But I mean, on Christmas morning, I woke up and I had gotten Lego Marvel 2, and I was very ecstatic and hype, and I'd gotten the deluxe edition with the season pass, so that was awesome. And I installed it on my PS4, and I mean, I just played all Christmas Day. I was in awe. I just loved it to death. I mean, it pretty much improved on most of the things that Lego Marvel 1 had. It had a bigger open world. It had a lot more characters. It had better combat. I would say it had really good story. I don't know if it's as good as Lego Marvel 1, but it had a really good story. I mean, it was just amazing, and I mean, I really, really liked it. I mean, the story was another original story. It was really good. It had Kang the Conqueror as the villain. It had tons of awesome Marvel characters. And the open world was really cool, because the open world was Chronopolis, which was a giant city of a bunch of different cities put together, because basically the main villain, Kang the Conqueror, like, he like controls time, I guess. So he like put all these different locations and cities from different times and places and in different dimensions and stuff, all in one city. So there's all these different districts and regions to explore, and they all had like unique designs and unique characters and quests to do and unique puzzles to solve. And like some of them had like unique filters, like the noir section, was like black and white. It was really, really cool. And I mean, the only thing that I would say that I didn't like about it was it didn't have the X-Men or Fantastic Four characters. However, that's because they couldn't get the licensing to them or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember the details, but all the characters it did have, it had really good characters. And I mean, it had a lot of good DLC too, a lot of good level packs and character packs. I mean, it was just a stellar game. And I really like it because I was just so happy to be home and away from boarding school. And when I think of coming home and how joyous I felt, I mean, sorry. When I think about Lego Marvel 2, I think about how happy and joyous I felt to be home and away from boarding school. And I ended up not going back to boarding school after Christmas break. I ended up going back to my old school where I went before I went to boarding school, and I've been there ever since, and I really enjoy it. But I mean, I'm just I'm just really every time I think about Lego Marvel, I just think about how happy I was to be home and away from boarding school and to see my parents again and my family. And I just love that. And Lego Marvel 2 is a really, really good game. And yeah, so that's why I really like Lego Marvel 2 and Lego Marvel 1. They're just both amazing games. When I think about them, I get a lot of good memories, and they both changed my life, I would say, and they've really impacted me. And although they're probably not the best games on this list, they have the most meaning and value to me, so that's why they're at number 1. I just really love them, and yeah, that was my top 10 video games ever list. I hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, it's been Tim Tamity, and I'll catch you guys whenever I catch ya. All right, boys, peace.